broke into the impound lot. They started the G-Wagon. They rammed the minivan out of the way a couple of times, destroyed the minivan, destroyed the G-Wagon, but they left. So they stole that car twice, essentially. They stole it once from us and once from the impound lot. Yeah.
So where were you when this whole thing went down?
Well, I was here.
You were here
When
in the office.
the first car went out, I was in the office, yeah.
Were you the main sales guy taking
No.
the phone call?
No.
Okay.
No, I've never had anything to do with that deal,
Okay.
thankfully.
I know who that is. Okay.
Yeah. They wanted the horn jerk on. So long story short, this guy had a fake driver's license, fake credit cards, right? He put insurance on a car that was at a dealership.
Well, at the time, nobody knew.
I mean, we didn't know. I mean, there was really
Yeah.
good fake stuff. I mean, everything, nothing, there was no red flags,
Right.
really, you know?
No.
But yeah, so everything went through. The insurance checked out. We verified everything. Everything was good. Payment went through. So the first car got to the airport, and then that's really it. I mean,
And then the next day he had called up and said, "Hey, love the car. It's my brother's birthday. I'm at the Marriott Marquis in Midtown Manhattan, and he also wants a car. So we're figuring that these two guys are just throwing some money out there and having a great
it's
time."
normal stuff. Yeah,
It is.
We got a speed notification of the Mercedes on I-95
Yes.
going south.
Yes.
It was in Baltimore already.
A salesman at the time
Yep.
called the renter to warn him about his speed, and he said, I'm very sorry. I won't do it again.
That's what I remember, and I remember saying, "Hey, this guy's going way too fast."
Yeah.
And the salesman at the time wrote back, "No, this is a good renter. He's rented this
Don't
car
worry.
and that car," because he
Yeah.
was very proud of
Yeah,
what had
yeah,
happened.
Yep.
And I'd be proud too if you just rented out two big
It
cars.
was a good deal.
Seemed like a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember writing back, because he's very vivid at the moment. This guy's using this like a rented mule. Then that salesperson made the call.
And then I said, the car is about to get stolen. Go get the car.
Right.
No. He's a
Well,
great renter.
The car was
I'm
supposed
like-
to come back at a specific time that day.
Mm.
It was rented until a certain day.
We didn't even tell you which cars.
And then,
Maybe we should talk about the cars.
yeah. So it was a Mercedes G63
Was that
AMG.
that's the first car?
That was our first one. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
It had like 8,000 miles on it. The car was a baby.
and then a Lamborghini Huracan Spider, the all-wheel drive one. The guy was supposed to bring the car back, but we noticed he was still hours away.
It was in Baltimore.
So the salesman at the time calls him and says, "Hey, you're supposed to bring the car back today. What's going on?" And he says, "Oh, I'd like to extend today." He ran his card his credit card. It got approved. So he said, "Great, this guy just extended both cars another day. Nothing wrong. The payment went through, everything."
Very typical.
And we thought nothing of it. The next day, the day he was supposed to bring it back, now that he extended, the salesman at the time looks on the tracking system because he's just curious where the car is, mumbling under his breath, and he keeps saying, "Power loss, power loss." What does power loss mean? With the terminology that our trackers use, telling us when things are happening. So I said, "Why do you keep saying that?" And he says, "The tracker for the cars that are down in Maryland say power loss. Either the car battery died or the tracker's been disconnected."
Well, maybe both batteries and both cars died at the same time. That could happen, right?
No.
Yeah. So one
Yeah.
tracker was removed.
That's right.
The G-Wagon stayed. That's how we were able to find the G-Wagon. The Lamborghini, they took the tracker off, they put it inside the G-Wagon, right? So we were able to locate one car. We called the cops. Cops showed up. They're like, "What do you want to do with this car?" The car's locked, but I see that there's wiring on the seat because the tracker from the Lambo was on the seat.
Very bad sign.
We're like, impound the car, please take it. We're 5 hours away. There's no way we're gonna make it there, so just impound the car. Pretty much just what happened. The Lambo was stolen. There was no way we're gonna get the car. So now we're trying to call these guys. Their phones are off because these were burner phones. So there's just no way we could find the car. The tracker was dead. We try to call them, nothing's happening, so we filed I guess we called the cops, we filed the police report and all that good stuff.
It's a
So it
police
went to the
impound.
police impound lot. The thing is, when they took the car, the renter kept the car.
Got it.
Yeah. We're
And
like,
keep in mind, it's not a police impound lot. It was
yeah.
Joe Schmo's
It was just
impound
an
lot
impound lot. But
that
what they-
happens to have
Yes.
A
a
contract.
town contract to
With
take
the
all of their
cops.
cars.
Very typical.
Well, it was secured to the point where there was a big gate, they locked it, and they blocked off the G-Wagon with a minivan. with like a town and country,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
I guess these guys
they
must have
should-
went
yeah.
back.
Mhm.
They tried to find the truck. They couldn't find the truck, so
Yeah.
they're like, oh, maybe
A
we
real
got
police
towed.
impound, I'm sure, is 24-hour security.
Yeah. So he called around. I guess he ended up finding out where the truck was. So what they did was they broke into the impound lot. They started the G-Wagon. They rammed the minivan out of the way a couple of times, destroyed the minivan, destroyed the G-Wagon, but they left. So they stole that car twice, essentially. They stole it once from us and once from the
police
impound lot. Yeah.
Scenario.
The story gets better.
It does.
So
It does.
the car gets stolen again. Now they take the tracker off. Now we have no clue who these guys are. We have no clue where the cars
The
are.
police are running around looking for it. They're
There's-
embarrassed.
there's nothing. Now all of a sudden we got a phone call from some guy in Alabama. He goes, "Who are you guys?" I'm like, "We're an exotic car rental company." He goes, "Well, you charged my card for like $7,000." The real credit card owner called, so he disputed the charges. Obviously, they were, it was a stolen credit card. The license came back to a lady that died in early 2000s, I guess it was. That's what the driver's license came back to.
Forgot to put in that Tyler was on his way to Maryland
Oh, we had to call
to
them.
go recover
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the G-Wagon from the police impound. Almost there in Maryland,
On the train.
On the
Slow-
train.
Slow boat to China.
Yeah.
when they call us and they say, I don't know why they would assume this, but they said, "Did you have somebody come and get the car already?" We're like, "No," not knowing what happened. Knowing what happened, why would they assume we sent somebody to go get it?
Dude, we sent
Yeah,
them a big
we
lock
sent
cutters.
we,
and
yeah, and we
bolt
sent them
cutters.
to go destroy our own car.
Please monster truck out of there.
Yeah.
Take our car back.
So then he says, the car's not here anymore. Somebody took it. We were like, "What do you mean somebody took it? Where our guy's on his way down there right now? Like nobody should have taken it."
Mm.
I'm assuming this is a police impound. Like in the
Like
movies
four
where there's all
cops, sure.
security around there and
No.
there's a guy checking IDs at the gate. No, this
their
was
security system was
a grass
gate,
yard
yeah.
with a chain link fence.
It was like a gate, and they blocked it off with a
Yeah.
minivan.
And so, anyways, they
No.
say, "Oh, well, there's no point in him coming down here anymore." And we're like, "Well, he's already there. Let's at least get some information."
And he left.
Why did he come back for the car? Did he need that car like a gone in 60 seconds like he needed Eleanor? Or was there something that was still in the truck that he couldn't have someone find?
I think they just wanted the truck because they got paid to bring both cars. I
That was
these
the Eleanor,
guys,
they
if you
needed
look
it.
at their Instagram, I
Yeah.
mean, they're all. It just posts with like wads of cash and just money and jewelry and.
Mm. Very
They,
fast
they
lifestyle.
wanted to get paid. Yeah, they wanted to get paid.
But I will tell you though, insult to injury. A few weeks later, I don't know if you remember this. A few weeks later, because I'm not sure
I
if you guys
remember
remember
that.
this.
I was just going to say that.
Started getting some envelopes in the mail from getting served. We were getting served because there was an accident with the G63, and we got all excited and said, "Wait a second, the G63 is around. Maybe it's
Yeah.
been found. Maybe there's this."
Yeah.
And then when we looked at it, looked further into it, the minivan that was hit by the G63 when it was leaving the police impound yard was suing us for damages.
For the damages that the guy caused to the van. So
Yeah.
even though we had nothing, so not only did we just get 2 cars stolen, we're violated. to
More
the
victimized,
fullest.
right?
Now we're getting sued because they damaged the van, and now we have to
But
pay
this
for this
van
van.
was like a $6,000 van,
It
and
was
they
a
were
$2,500 van.
You would think it was, yeah. You think it was gold
Yeah.
plated when they were done with
Yeah.
this.
No, so we got sued. That was it, man. So we lost the Lambo, we lost the G-Wagon.
Lambo, I thought was in West Africa.
Yeah, I knew. I knew the cars were they weren't.
You
gonna go
felt it.
anywhere.
I felt it. We didn't think
Yeah.
it went very far because this was a case that got hotter and hotter and hotter, and
Mhm.
this is like an auto theft ring that was probably going for a while. But by the time they got to us, it was going so long that they probably wanted to get rid of that car.
Yeah, get service.
You're
out
back in the
Philly.
office now. I'm back in the office.
Yeah,
at
we're
full
back
strength.
in the office.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this is months later.
Yep.
This months go by. Now these guys want the Lamborghini Aventador and the Rolls Royce Dawn dropped off at the Ritz Carlton.
Yep.
I guess it was in Philly.
Ritz-Carlton.
Right? This was all you.
And
So-
I think at all at the same time when we
Yeah.
started hearing this deal, because we all sit in a very close
Yeah.
environment, we all heard this deal and we said something doesn't seem right.
Well, the first time they
Mhm.
sent the driver's license, it was a Maryland driver's license,
Mhm.
right? Photo was the same, which is this guy.
Yeah, so we get a call for somebody to rent 2 more cars.
Yeah.
They want our Rolls Royce Dawn and our Lamborghini Aventador.
Yeah.
Not our smallest cars.
No, those are the biggest cars in the fleet at the time. Which is the blue Aventador that Jimbo has now from Savage
Yeah.
Garage.
So they call us to rent the cars, and the same salesman that rented the original cars to the
Mhm.
thieves gets this license on his desk, and he says, I think this is the same guy.
Now
the
he's
name's
got it.
different.
Yep, now he's got it.
The
Different name,
the
different
state's
state.
different,
So it's
all
South
that.
Carolina. This time was a South Carolina
But he
driver's
recognizes
license.
the face
photo.
of one of the two guys. And sure enough, it was the same guy. There's probably no way that they knew that they were renting from the
No.
same company.
No, because like I said, they're told to
Yeah,
just go
they
get
were
the
just
car.
they were just
He had
you know,
no idea. So this
yeah,
guy
the
literally
guys.
set him up. He goes like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's hit these guys one more time. Maybe they're not going to recognize the face.
Mhm.
Whatever. The kid that was stealing the car had no idea that he was getting the car from us.
No.
So we set it up. We called
All of our
Kyle.
contacts, we called the
Yeah.
state police that we knew,
Yeah.
the FBI that we knew,
Mhm.
and every law enforcement that was involved because this was their moment.
Yeah.
Because they all wanted to stop this ring. It turns out that this has been a nuisance with them for a while, and now all of a sudden we had them.
A lot of people losing their cars. We
Yep.
lost 2 cars. We're about to lose 2 more. These guys were interested. Not
Which will
only
put us
was the
out.
detective out in Maryland, so he was happy to help. We called the Philly Police Department, and then a bunch of the. So the way this worked out was we loaded up the trailer, we loaded up the Rolls Royce, we put it in the back of the truck. Chris and Juan drove all the way to Philly.
They basically said, "We would like you guys to be in on a sting with us." Kind of what I was
Wanted this.
born for
Yeah,
anyway.
Of course.
Um,
It's kind of the role.
Yeah.
so it just felt comfortable. Yeah. So they wanted the 2 cars, like we said, the Aventador and the Dawn. We actually loaded up the Dawn into one of our smaller trailers and brought it down.
Mhm.
Me and Juan, one of our guys that drives our truck and trailer. And so we go there, and there's probably 24 cops, detectives, whatever, that are in on this in plain street clothes. And they say, "Hey, you're gonna pull up in front of here with the car," and we gave them Cloud9 Exotic shirts, the detectives Cloud9 Exotic shirts and polos.
If you want to
Yeah.
get your own, by the way,
And,
you can go on our website and get your own, all sizes. Sorry.
We showed up in front of the Ritz-Carlton, Philadelphia, with a
Well, the cops did.
truck
So
and
the
trailer.
cops drove the truck.
No,
the truck.
we
Oh,
did.
they did. Oh, we did. That's right. Yeah.
But they were in the truck with us.
Yep.
They didn't know how this was gonna go. Nobody did. So they basically said, when you get there, just get out of the truck and start walking down the street. They didn't know if there was going to be a shootout. A little bit of a backstory that they told us about these guys in particular. They knew exactly who they were. They knew their names, everything, and they had gun charges on their records. One of them had already been wrongly
murder
acquitted
charge.
of murder
Yeah.
in the past. So they said, I don't know what could happen here. These guys might have guns on them. They probably do have guns on them. So we don't want anything to happen to you guys.
Which is why we sent you.
Yeah, they send me because I'm not much of an asset here.
You're the smallest guy.
I'm very replaceable. So yeah, basically, we just start walking down the street, but we're curious.
now-
we're curious, so we're kind
Yeah.
of watching, and the guys walk out. We recognize them. I recognize the one guy.
No, the
we were
thing
far
is,
enough away.
so every person in that hotel room and outside was a cop. There must have been at least 40 cops. Everybody that was walking around that day was a cop.
Yeah.
But
So
did you drop
inside
the
the
trailer?
hotel, yeah. So the cops gave him a contract. They signed the contract. They looked at the car, and once you put them together, they now stole that car. Because they took possession of the Dawn.
Yeah, I mean that was essentially that day. So they arrested the 2 guys. An hour goes by or so, and we get a call saying, "Hey, did you guys ever show up with the cars that I wanted to rent?" And we're like, "What the heck?" And it was like the ringleader, but nobody told him that of
So those
what
other 2
went
guys
on.
must have been
That the
isolated.
kids were arrested.
Yeah.
They were isolated.
So
He didn't think
we
anything
were
funny
like,
of it.
"Oh
He was
yeah,
going
we're we're on our way there right now." He said, "Okay, great. I'm in a red shirt, whatever it was at the time."
Well, the way we made it seem
Yeah.
was like, we brought the cars by, but nobody showed up.
yeah.
Nobody came and claimed the cars. Nobody took the cars. So we're just sitting around in Philly, like waiting for somebody to come and get these cars. Because
Mhm.
now we really wanted to get this guy, because this guy was the top dog.
This is the guy screwing it up for everybody.
Yeah. So he goes, "Hey, I'm wearing a blue shirt. You'll see me walk up. Yada yada yada." So we're like, okay, so let's go back. Let's get him, because this guy knows where all the cars are.
Yeah.
Supposedly there was a garage filled with exotic cars, and there were purple, there
Right.
were orange, there were all kinds of colors.
Yeah, so
Sounds amazing.
we wanted to go back right away, but our system works these days is they have to get a warrant.
To get into the garage.
No, to get into to go, I guess, in the city or something, or in front of the hotel or something like that.
Is that what it was?
So we're waiting around for probably another 45 minutes
That's
to
right.
an hour
That's right.
Which is a lifetime.
for them to come together again. with a plan.
The two guys that got arrested told us, hey, because the guy started singing. He didn't want to get in trouble. He got arrested. He goes, I'm just going to snitch on everybody and tell on everybody. So this is the guy. That's the other guy. The cars are over there. There's a big garage. All the cars are inside. Go and get the cars. The thing was, it took so long. He got spooked. They pulled all the cars out of that garage. So when the cops showed up,
Wait,
everything
just
was
think about
already
this
gone.
for a second. Think about this. All
Yeah.
those cars. I'm imagining 10, 15, 20
Yeah,
cars.
it was multiple cars.
20 exotic cars
Yeah.
in Maryland going down the street at night or during the day.
Yeah.
Somebody would see this. At least that's what we
Yeah.
thought.
Traffic
Yeah.
cameras.
The thing is, they couldn't get into the building because they also needed a warrant. You know,
Right.
they couldn't just like show up and take the cars because it wouldn't work for them.
So by the time they got
By the
there,
time they got there, everything was gone. So they were able to tell that, you know, there were cars there. They went to the right place. That building did exist, just no cars left. They pulled everything out. But I guess they felt the pressure. So whatever. So these guys got arrested. Believe it or not, they let them go. Right? They let him go right after.
revolving door.
Yeah, like literally, the guy came in,
Yep.
and he was let out. COVID hit, so now they're not even arresting anybody.
We didn't really have the full story. And the story
Yeah.
just kept evolving. And when was it
Yeah.
that we got the message about the G63?
So the car was dumped in the
Remember what-
parking lot.
Do you remember when it was, though? Was it a
Uh,
year later?
This was a couple of months
It
ago.
was in a used car
So,
lot.
so a year and a
Yeah.
half later.
Yeah,
A year and a half later, the car was dumped
it was
on the side of the road,
Yeah, it had flat tires.
flat tires,
Um,
the VIN.
The VIN was tampered with, so they re-VINed the truck. Supposedly the car was sold twice.
Mhm.
So it went to a very famous dealership in Virginia that's known for selling stolen cars.
So infamous.
So yeah, so these guys obviously have something to do with it, you know. So the car got to Virginia, they revamped the truck, they put it up for sale, they sold it. Whoever they
They
sold
only
it to-
changed one VIN.
Yeah, one VIN.
All
on
the rest
door.
of them were intact.
Yeah.
And the VIN tag that they put on it was so bad that they spelled vehicle wrong.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So we found it. We're able to, you know, now we don't even own the truck anymore because we just couldn't take a hit. So unfortunately, we had to put in a claim through our insurance.
Right, but
company.
this is an opportunity.
Yeah,
we want
so
to buy
now
back the truck.
Yeah,
Let's
the
see what it
insurance
looks like.
company owns it.
Still had the damage from ramming the van from the first day it was stolen. They never even fixed it.
No,
it
they never
still had
fixed
the
it.
damage.
So that means
Inside was
everybody
Two
who bought
owners
it along
later.
the way, right?
Two owners later, it still had the damage.
Because you know, I mean, it wasn't like Aiden or me or Evan. We went to the dealership and we wanted a G-Wagon. Like the people that are buying the truck are, you know, it's not this, you know.
It's a different type of dealership.
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe not the one on the main road.
Yeah, no,
Definitely not.
It's definitely not the one on the main road.
That's where it ended up. So,
So-
we ended up, I don't know if you remember though, we didn't actually find out that it was there. The police didn't call us. Nobody called
Nobody
us.
called us.
What we got is we got a notification from an impound yard
Yeah.
that you're occurring charges. And we're occurring charges days, weeks, months. Whoa, what's
Yeah.
happening here? What car is this? And we're trying to figure it out. And then we look it up and we found the VIN. And we look up the VIN and figure out, oh my God, guys, we got it. It's the G63. Where is it? Remember where it was? A couple miles away from where we last saw it.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was in Maryland.
it was in Maryland right there, the whole time.
So the insurance company got that truck back, which was good. We
They're
tried
actually,
to buy it
they're
back.
actually still trying to fight to get the truck back.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
So they don't even have.
They don't have the
yet.
truck back because they're still waiting for the title. Well, this was in the mail. This was a.
Oh, it was. It was.
I got-
That's
I got
right.
a
They sent you
certified
another
envelope.
letter. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
somebody
they sent
kids
you
around
another
me and
letter.
says, "Hey, Evan, you've been served." And I'm like, "Obviously, I haven't been served." But I open up the envelope, and what is it? It's a car, and once again, something very similar. But this is from the U.S. Justice Department, and it's not ATF. It's ATFE. Alcohol. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're telling us that, hey, you better pick up your vehicle within 30 days and make a claim to it, or else we're going to auction this off.
Yeah.
And once again, Chris and I, we look at the VIN, try to figure out what it is, and then once we see the year and the make of it, we realize what it is. It's in Maryland.
Mhm.
That's our Lamborghini. It's come back.
They found our Lambo.
Again, in the same
So,
spot.
Yeah,
Pictures
same
of it.
spot. The thing was, the cars were so hot. All those cars that were pulled out of their garage were so hot that they didn't know what to do with them. So everybody was like, "Oh yeah, no, the one's in South Africa, the other one's in Zimbabwe, whatever." But you know, I was
We all knew it was there,
Yeah.
but we had a lot of naysayers, the people who were involved, like, no, it's on a shipping container, and it's
Yeah.
out. Oh, you know what? It's not on a shipping container. That operation stunted real quick when this happened.
yeah. So they found the car. I wonder what the car looks like. I would love to see the car.
That's a to be continued because I want to
Yeah.
see it too. And if we have an opportunity,
Do you know who has the car?
Yes, it's Justice Department.
Okay.
That one, if for some reason that one's in good shape, I would go back after
Yeah,
that
we'll
one.
take it back.
It was a good car.
Yeah,
We'll
I mean,
just see the miles and see what it looks like.
it's been abused. I mean, it's a stolen.
Might not be so good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So stay tuned, and what we'll do is we'll show you guys when we finally get our eyes on the Lamborghini Huracan. It's always crazy here. You never know what you're gonna see.
We can assume.
It's probably a different
We can assume
color.
something's coming.
It has a temp tag from God knows where, and they've probably been driving that thing around. They probably wrapped
So
it.
temp tag
Yeah.
from temp tag wrapped.
And that's it. That car would never. No one gets pulled over in a Lambo. You know, I mean, you can literally wrap
Except
the
Joey.
car.
No one gets
Except Joey.
no one gets
You
pulled
got
over. in a
pulled
Lambo.
over. You got 2 tickets in 10 minutes. But yeah, well, he didn't have a license.
Well, he had no plate on.
Yeah,
That's a
it
problem.
fell off. But yeah,
I get
it's
temp
super
tag down.
easy. They can literally wrap the car black or purple or yellow.
Unfortunately, we're not going to have any more stories to tell after this because nothing else is but going to happen to us bad. That was the last time anything bad has happened to this company.
That was
If you
not the
think that's
last
true,
time.
don't subscribe. But I would subscribe to YouTube and subscribe to our channel and just keep watching because
That
things
is
do
not
happen
the
here.
last time.
That's not true. I wish it were.
Nope, it's smooth sailing from here on.